got that oomph behind me that I didn't really have before. And now I kind of see the visual cues and my triggers of things that would make me behave in a certain way. And, now that I can really take a step back and see my behavior for what it is, and that's been really helpful for me specifically.
Always gone when I need you. You know I'll be there for you. Where are you now? Where are you now?
I didn't really have a clear direction as far as where I wanted to go in life or what specific tasks I kind of needed to do. Not from like a project standpoint, from like work wise and things like that, but more from like a personal end where I wanted to go and how I could get there. I was kind of aimlessly working at a job I didn't really love just to pay the bills, and I thought that was kind of the only way, to live through as an adult. And then once I started seeing, through the coaching, my strengths, what I could actually bring to maybe doing something else in my life, it really kind of put things in perspective for me. It's different in the sense that I kind of notice people saying things back to me that they never used to, in that, oh, no, Kyle, you never used to laugh as much, or Kyle, you never used to interact as much, or oh, you didn't drink as much today. It's like, because I didn't need to. I'm enjoying myself, sort of thing, right? So uh, those are things you don't really think about during the day, but when you kind of take stock and actually think about it, it's like, that was progress. That's measurable for me. At the end of the day, when I go to bed, it's like I've behaved differently. The way I'm acting is kind of different. I felt like I had purpose. There was someone that I knew that had my back and saw my potential and was able to really use that and, give me a direction as far as where I wanted to go in life. Well, it's definitely motivating. I mean, you've got someone on your corner that, no matter what, is going to, give you the words of inspiration you need to really work past your stuff and do what you need to do. And it's also good having them there through your successes too, because, sometimes even though certain small things you do don't seem like wins, they are, and there's someone there to give you a high five, and that's awesome. We got to keep that momentum up. I know when I had a coach when I was going through my weight loss journey, even though I had kind of hit my original target, I still needed that extra motivation and push to really get me to, the next level. It's like I hit one level and I need someone there to really see that, yeah, I've hit my goal, but there's other things we can do to tweak you to make you better and get you to this point or next point or something you thought wasn't attainable. People would ask me, well, why are you still working with that person? I mean, you've done all you needed to do, but really it's like, have I? Have I reached my full potential? Once you start seeing the wins they build on themselves, you want to just keep working with that person to keep that momentum up. Personally, some of the work I've done with my energy healers, my mentors, has helped me to get to essentially being a better version of me. Originally, my goal was to, deal with a lot of the past traumas I had, be a better person interacting with friends, family, and it definitely did help. Probably a good example for me is, just recently, I used to have some issues with anxiety, and thing that came up a couple of years ago when our basement flooded, and I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. Yeah, to most people it's a pretty manageable problem to deal with and fix, but for me, I just shut down. I just started shaking, didn't know what to do, panicked. Now, more recently we've had some issues come up with our house or whatever, and you know what? No big deal. I took my 10 seconds of really letting myself experience that, pain or trauma and whatever, and I acknowledged it and I worked past it, and I didn't unduly burden the people around me with trying to fix a problem when I actually stepped up and did it. And I felt great afterwards because I wasn't the guy that just sat around and didn't do anything about it. Yeah, at the time I didn't realize that was progress, but it was. And, I definitely feel better about myself for it. I kind of saw the light in, really seeing what my strengths were. And a lot of the stuff that, I had been doing for years didn't really seem like a superhuman strength to me. It was just second nature. But really, the stuff I was doing was really important, and I could bring a lot of value to people. You're in the corporate sphere, and you have a win. There's not a lot of rewards sometimes. Here, it's more of a personal reward, seeing clients do awesome things, or being able to help, person X, Y, and Z with something, and just being able to rely on yourself and being able to really solve those kinds of problems for people has been really motivating to me personally. Well, I think the coaching's helped with my relationship to myself, first and foremost, because I've kind of found the ability to, love myself, really acknowledge myself and what I'm feeling and how I can use that on a day-to-day basis. From a relationship perspective, I'm better able to connect with my emotions. I'm better able to communicate and really express what's going on in here, because we have this internal script going on of how our narrative of how we see things going, and being able to really quantify that and get it out has, I think, benefited our relationship. Even with my friends too. I mean, coaching's helped me be a better, more fun-loving person, more accepting of everyone's beliefs and opinions. It's been nice not to wake up every day with a sense of dread of having to, really show up and be somewhere I don't want to be. I wake up excited to start my day and do fun, creative things that are more in line with, what it is I like to do, which has been great. And that's, the motivation kind of builds on itself too. So through coaching, I was able to work up the self-confidence to leave my corporate job, something I had been, talking about for, at least in my head, for a long time. And I was able to actually replace my income as an entrepreneur pretty quickly once I was able to really hone in on the things I was good at and bring that into the entrepreneur world. The lack of stress, I've definitely noticed that has gone away. I don't get Sunday scaries anymore. On Sunday nights, I don't start panicking that I have to go do something for a whole week that I don't want to do. That's been awesome. So I think another benefit has been clarity in direction. It's like, okay, fine, I've made a decision to want to change something or change my life entirely. Yeah, you can read a million articles online, but then, okay, it's all words. When you actually have that one-on-one interaction with people or a coach to tell you, all right, I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. These are the steps we're going to take. Here's your plan. Let's do this together. And that in itself is awesome, because even if you feel like you're screwing up, someone's there to help you out. If you're implementing something and you feel like it's maybe not the right thing, they're there to kind of walk you through it. And being able to have that one-on-one touch with someone, I think, is really invaluable from a coaching sense. And you're going to get a lot more progress working with someone, being held accountable by someone, like a coach, as opposed to doing something on your own and really just being accountable to yourself, because maybe it's the accountability you need to work on, right? So that's been huge for me too.
Always come when I need you. You know I'll be there for you. Where are you now? Where are you now? Always try my best for you. You just know it is true.